and thank you for joining me for circle time today. This is going to be how we're going to do circle for the next few weeks. You get to be at your house, I get to be at mine, and we can do circle right here. So let's just get started. Let's start with the day of the week. What day of the week do you guys think it is? It is Tuesday. So today is Tuesday, which means yesterday was Monday, because Monday comes before Tuesday. And then tomorrow will be Wednesday, because Wednesday comes after Tuesday. So let's go ahead and sing our Days of the Week song. Ready? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sunday comes again. Now let's talk about the month. Anybody have any guesses what month it is? You're right, it is March. So let's sing our month song. Ready? January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Hooray! And now we have to count our numbers to see which day it is. So I want to hear everybody counting. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. And the 31 is a 3 and a 1. And the year is 2020. And our season is still spring. Let's talk about the weather. I want you guys to go look out your window and see what the weather is like. When I look out my window, it's cloudy. I see clouds. So I'm going to go ahead and put cloudy for the weather. Alright, now we are going to read our first book. And it is called Harold and the Purple Crayon. One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight. And he needed something to walk on. He made a long straight path so he wouldn't get lost, and he set off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long straight path, so he left the path for a shortcut across the field. And the moon went with him. The shortcut led right to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. It turned out to be an apple tree. The apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. So he put the frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. It frightened Harold. He backed away. His hand holding the purple crayon shook. Suddenly, he realized what was happening. But by then, Harold was over his head in an ocean. He came up thinking fast, and in no time, he was climbing aboard a trim little boat. He quickly set sail, and the moon sailed along with him. After he had sailed long enough, Harold made land without much trouble. He stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where he was. The sandy beach reminded Harold of picnics, and the thought of picnics made Harold hungry. So he laid out a nice, simple picnic lunch. There was nothing but pie. There were all 9 kinds of pie that Harold liked best. When Harold finished his picnic, there was quite a lot left. He hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste. So Harold left a very hungry moose and a deserving porcupine to finish up, and off he went, looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. Harold knew that the higher up he went, the farther he could see, so he decided to make the hill into a mountain. And if he went high enough, he thought, he could see the window of his bedroom. He was tired, and he felt he ought to be getting to bed. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the top of the mountain. But as he looked down over the other side, he slipped, and there wasn't any other side of the mountain. He was falling in thin air. But luckily, he kept his wits and his purple crayon. He made a balloon and he grabbed onto it. And he made a basket under the balloon big enough to stand in. He had a fine view from the balloon, but he couldn't see his window. He couldn't even see a house. So he made a house with windows, and he landed the balloon on the grass in the front yard. None of the windows was his window. He tried to think where his window ought to be. He made some more windows. He made a big building full of windows. He made lots of buildings full of windows. He made a whole city full of windows. But none of the windows was his window. He couldn't think where it might be. He decided to ask a policeman. The policeman pointed the way Harold was going anyway, but Harold thanked him. And he walked along with the moon, wishing he was in his room and in a bed. And then suddenly, Harold remembered. He remembered where his bedroom window was when there was a moon. It was always right around the moon. And then Harold made his bed. He got in it and he drew up the covers. The purple crayon dropped on the floor and Harold dropped off to sleep. The end. Okay, so one of our activities for today is on the sheet of paper. It says Adventures of, and you write your name there, and the purple crayon. So on here, you can draw whatever you want with your purple crayon, just like Harold did. You can draw boats, planes, your family, whatever you want to draw with your purple crayon. And I can't wait to see all the drawings. And then one of our other activities for today, or this week if you choose to do it another day, I included this packet, and then you can use the crayons with it. So the first task card says, can you build a square? So I'm going to take my crayons and build a square with my crayons. You might be able to see it better on the white. And then to make it even more challenging, you can ask your children to match the color of the crayons that are on here in the shape. There are lots of things that you can do with this activity. So these you can do more than once a week if you want. This is a really good activity for fine motor, for colors, for shapes. So you can keep that one and use that one. And that is all of the activities we have for today. And we will see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.